What does longevity mean for you?
So to me, longevity sounds like science fiction. Where people want to live forever, but it always ends badly for humanity.
It became a little bit like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you see the In Time movie.
With the Justin Timberlake,
Yeah,
precisely,
yeah.
we were talking a little before. Yeah.
So that was the movie that came to my mind. So, but more seriously, longevity is for me about living longer in very good health. Without any disease that come with aging, and I think it covers several aspects from medicine and technology to nutrition, maybe lifestyle and even mental health.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's not I think it covers all that. Although I think it's a little bit farther than that. I obviously we try to preserve, if you want, our health the best we can in order to live longer.
Yeah.
Or at least this is what people are trying to do right now. But I think it became a little bit, I wouldn't say buzzword, or it became a little bit mainstream, I would say, but because of, but to me, I think it's a little bit how, it's a little bit more scientific than that,
Yeah.
I think. I think what people have been trying to do for a little bit longer than that is try to study the biology of aging in order to not to get the diseases attached to aging, and in order to understand them, and so we don't get those diseases, so we don't age. I mean, because we will continue aging, and I think when what people are trying to do now is to not reverse aging, but in a way they're trying, like you said, in some of these labs, or they're trying to reverse aging, but for the wrong reasons. And many of these things that became, as I said, mainstream, or I don't think we're trying to do the things for the right reasons. For instance, supplements, and they think it became a little bit a commercial thing now, and the funds, to me, they're not going on in the right way in order to prevent the diseases, if you want.
When you say aging reversal, makes me laugh a little bit, because I see a video the other day of woman saying that she was reversing her age according to a test she took. I don't remember which one, but the test indicated that she was younger than her actual age, and she seemed very happy. And it was like, what is this aging reversal?
I don't know exactly what type of test you were talking about. I think you're talking about epigenetic test or something.
Maybe, to be frank, it was on social media. So yeah.
I don't know if I don't know who you're talking about, but I think it's probably, which I think it was. I don't know her name, but I think it was the CEO of Bonviva. I think I don't know her name. I don't remember right now, but I think it's a. And then there've been studies, or not study, but they made some tests of these tests. I think in some of these doctors, and I think it was Dr. Kimberlin or Dr. Stout, I don't remember. They tested, like, I don't know, hundreds of these tests, which are D2C, or direct to consumer. And the difference between one test to the other, it was, I mean, incredible between one result to the other one. So these tests are not ready, or the results that you get, they're not reliable.
Of course,
and and I think what these tests are, they are telling you is basically that you have a supercell, or like a super that would basically erase your what this aging cell is doing, if you want. I mean, in my understanding of the biological aging is, and but is today there is nothing today in this day,
in 2025
there is nothing that is doing that today, and that is done in human, that is be able to do that. So yeah, it's a little bit
overhyped, maybe.
Exactly. So the mechanisms for aging, they are not well understood in humans yet. We understand them in animals, though. So I think we have hope, but it's not yet in humans, I think.
I'm sure it will come soon. I saw a number close to 14 billion in investment in 2023 to longevity by the big tech players. They are investing a lot in longevity. Are you following some projects from them?
I don't follow many of the projects, but I know some of them. I think there were some like Brian Johnson, David Asprey, and then I think there is this, I don't remember the name, Altos Lab, and there is another one from Google. I think it was called
Calico.
Calico. They do a lot of bioscience, etc., in aging, and now Nvidia is also doing something. So I think I have a lot of respect for what they are doing, and I think if a lot of the things that are there, they will come out with, because we're talking a lot of funds they're doing on the private sector. Because as you know, I'm gonna make a parenthesis on what I was going to say, but I think the private sector today is where the funds are going, because of the fact that what I was saying before, I think because the longevity became very mainstream, or a business. And it became a little bit something for the wealthy people. So it became, now the funds, when
from rich people
from rich people to rich people. So I think now the biology is supposed to be in order to prevent right diseases, right? So I think is the public health is not investing on the right places, and in my opinion, and in my opinion, and for what in the reality, and the normal person, if you ask them, the normal human being of it, the average person is not worrying about. It's just trying to live. It's just trying to live their life. It's not really worrying about longevity as we understand it. As you know, if you ask what you see in social media, as where you understand, they're not thinking about, am I gonna live longer? How am I gonna? I want to arrive, extend my lifespan. They just want to live their life, eat and sleep, and probably send their kids to college, or if they send their kids to college, pay their bills, and that's it, right? So, and I think what the private sector is doing is probably trying to understand a little bit more, because the funds of public health, they are not going into that, in preventing diseases, which they should be doing. And so I think what these tech companies are doing, we could probably understand, and it could help actually because they have the means to do.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you saw the movie, this documentary of Brian Johnson, which was and it came, some comments, they came on X as well, and because I think he's been the most public about it, about what he's doing, so people follow him and see him a little bit as a freak, and about what he's doing. I don't know if you saw the documentary.
No, you recommended to watch this movie, but I didn't have the time. Sorry.
No,
but
no,
tell
but
me
no,
about this guy.
It's I have. I don't know if I have. I have a little bit of I wouldn't say admiration. I have a lot of respect for him because of what he's doing, and I think he's doing things that a lot of people would not do because he's trying to work about and a lot of the things that we could in the study of aging or in the study of the mechanism of aging, and he's trying to do. He's using AI. He's working with he's combining a lot of cutting edge biotech, etc. And I think he's the only thing that I would say is that he's using too many things at the same time, and so sometimes we don't know what the data is gonna be with that. Yeah. But I think he's a little bit of a real life phenomenon of what things can be, of what biotech can do, what AI can do, what the last things are, the last technology is doing. And I think, or for instance, many of the things that we only try in labs, he's trying them on himself. and many things don't even go to clinical trial, don't even go to human trials, for instance. And some of these things he's trying them on himself. The only thing is that, as I said, is that he's trying too many things at the same time. So sometimes we don't know what is the thing is actually working and what is the thing is actually not working. And so maybe sometimes we will have to just somebody will have to just say and kind of separate the data. Yeah. But I don't know. I think I think I have a lot of respect for him. Maybe some people who understand better than me, obviously, have something different to say. I have respect, and I don't know. Obviously, when you go in clinical trials, human trials, you put a lot of people, and you put one mechanism of action, another mechanism of action, placebo, and you do different things. But obviously, he's trying only on himself, but he has a team of doctors. I think, I don't know. And yeah.
If you had this opportunity to test something like him, would you do it?
I would.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would, because sometimes, we're not so different from animals, or mammals, if you want. For instance, I've tried M&M. It was recalled from the FDA. I've tried it.
What is it, M&M?
M&M is the precursor of NAD. So,
okay.
So, I've tried it. I've used it for a very long time, and and it was recalled from FDA, and I've used it for more than 2 years, and I haven't had. Obviously, I still had but just one of the things that I've tried. I wouldn't mind trying rapamycin, for instance, but you can't have it here in Europe. But if I go to the US, I wouldn't mind trying it. I know the side effects. I would still test like I do now for my liver and things like that. I would still be followed. I don't mind testing things if they've been having sufficient things on the late stages of trials in animals. Yeah.
So you mentioned data and AI.
Yeah.
I think it's very important in the field of research about longevity, and not really surprised that big tech players are investing in longevity, because they have had years of access to our data. And if you can combine that with a massive amount of data, I think it could be changed the face of longevity.
Yeah.
And we use smartphones, smartwatches, Google search, social media, etc. So basically, they know everything about us. Do you use any apps or device to figure
you already call me a geek because I don't have anything Apple. So
yeah, I remember that.
I'm not even allowed to have my computer in here.
Yeah, because it was not an Apple.
It was not an Apple. So no, I don't use I don't use any of those things. But actually, because I don't have, but I don't and I don't like those. I just don't like the aesthetic of those things.
Yeah.
Maybe just because of that. So my phone, yeah, it tracks. It tells you how many steps you've done.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think now it came this Aura thing, which is a ring that you can use.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more aesthetic. Maybe.
I think you didn't see the rings. It's like a plastic circle.
Yeah. So that's why if maybe somebody like, I don't know, like a jewelry made something like that.
I mean, it could be better.
It could be better.
Yeah.
Maybe I would wear it, but I don't know. Today, I don't like the Apple Watch or anything like that, so I don't know. But yeah, I like I use my phone just to track my steps. So I just try to sleep. I don't have issues to sleep besides last night for some reason. I don't know. I think I went to bed too early.
Yeah.
So I slept enough 7 hours.
So you're in the middle of your day.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of my day. Then I just sleep. I see my friends. I do my exercises. I know what I have to kind of do, but I have my pretty routine. I have like a routine, I just try to just have these things, and as we discussed it, I just try to stay healthy in order, to be with my friends, to enjoy my family, my life, and then to be able to run with my dog, and yeah.
But you know that apparently relationships, friends,
Exactly.
and everything, it's a huge part of happiness. And I say that because I'm following a study from Harvard University about happiness. It's very long-run study because they start the study in 1938. So this is a huge amount of data. And the purpose of this study is to understand what makes an happy life.
Yeah.
And it's apparently deeply connected to relationships.
Yeah, and of course, and I agree, and I think this is the main thing that everybody says: quality of life, and this is what we've been trying to do for the longest time. Is that I think now is mainly health span is mainly the quality of life than you, because until today we cannot reverse aging until today, as we said it today, and because. Like I said, I feel young, I feel young, and but I know that I cannot, I feel young, but I still, for instance, I know I'm 50, and I know eventually I'll have my menopause, even if, like I was telling you today they called me to say, remember you have to come and do your breast scan. It's like, okay, thank you. I know I'm 50, and then, I know that eventually, even if I have my health, I have my health in check and everything that I'm doing in order to keep healthy, I know I can still develop aging-related diseases like, I don't know, a cataract, for instance, or, I don't know, a neurodegenerative diseases. This is why we've been trying to do all these things. This is when you mentioned this lady that this epigenetic test. we need to treat these things because if we were able to do these things, everybody would know, and we would use it for other things, I believe. So
yeah, but we have to be careful because there is no treatment in longevity today.
No.
So because the guy on Instagram you sent me,
Dr. Kimberlin.
Dr. Kimberlin,
Yeah.
he said that I mean, he was very categorical.
Yeah.
No, it's important.
There is no, and there is, like he said, there is no supplements. There is nothing that today that is stop aging. Full stop.
Yeah,
full stop. And this is very important because today we are so bombarded by this new thing, new longevity. This would help you with and it's not true. I mean, it's not true today. There are things we can do in order to delay some things, or to feel better in order to, obviously, doesn't mean we have to go and smoke, go and eat burgers, but we have to,
of course,
yeah.
But so if I can just kind of do a summarize for me longevity, what it is, and I think that the keys are a lot of things, but obviously relationships and happiness.
Yeah.
And just to give you numbers, because I was like very surprised by that. It's that about the study, they found that people with strong social relationship have a 50% higher chance of living longer.
Oh,
and I mean, 50%,
it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. So, happiness, longevity, nutrition.
Nutrition, for sure.
So,
and exercise.
And exercise, of course.
Weightlifting. Weightlifting.
And I think it's also a little bit, I mean, it's not a little bit, it's genetic. It's genetics. Yeah, I mean, happiness is a lot of things. So genetics. Yeah. And unfortunately, when you come with genetics, not everybody have the same genes, and it's you are lucky or not.
Yeah, but I think we had, as you mentioned the other day, we come from. You mentioned from the time before. I think we have in the 70s or before. I mean, most of us we had very little of the population have bad genes. It's like most of us, we were in pretty good health.
Yeah. This is why we are here, actually.
Yeah.
They fight. They are fighters.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mariela.
Thank you, Delphine. It's always nice having a conversation with you.
Yeah, it's part of my happiness. So thank you so much. See you next week.
See you next week.